Hey, welcome back to this week's Kicking It in the Neighborhood. We've been doing about 10 or 12 of these drills if you've caught us before. One thing we talk about all the time in practice is your drills are only going to be as good as you make them as coaches. It's very important that you have at least one coach, if not all coaches, very, very passionate about the things you're doing. If you've got coaches out there twirling their whistle, barking out commands, yelling names of drills, and then sitting back and watching, you're never going to get the most out of it that you can. So I think it's really important in practice to have specific coaches who have specific drills. A couple of ways you can do that. You can turn certain drills that you've been doing yourself for years and years over to a new coach, or allow your coaches to bring drills in from places they've been, clinics they've seen, things that they've done in the past. So to illustrate that even better, I'm gonna not do this week's drill of the week. I'm gonna bring Coach Todd Schaefer in. This is a drill that after a couple of years of working together, he knew exactly what we were looking for in our drills. He got the feel for it and said, hey, I think I've got one that we've done in the past. A coaching buddy of his had been doing it and installed it in one of our practices, and it's literally become our team's favorite drill to do. So I'm gonna take a week off. I'm gonna introduce you to Coach Todd Schaefer, and I'm gonna let him take you through what we call three-team transition.
Assistant Coach Todd Schaefer here, wanting to talk to you today about a drill that Coach Neighbors allowed me to teach to our team called three-team transition. It's a drill that I got from a good friend of mine, Toby McCammon, that he's been using since the late 90s as a junior college coach back in Kansas, and it's a drill that our team really likes. The drill is really a shooting drill, and it's going to utilize all of your players. Okay, that's the biggest thing, is that you're going to be able to utilize every single player on your roster. Okay, so break them up into three teams. We would have red, gray, and black. You obviously utilize whatever you have in terms of practice pennies and jerseys. This drill can either be done 4 versus 2, which leads into 4 versus 3, or if you have a bigger roster, you can use 5 versus 3 into 5 versus 4. Okay, and as we break it down, we'll show you how to divide up your teams. Utilize your whole team, keep everybody engaged in practice, work on your transition spacing, okay, offensively. Okay, utilize the things that you're teaching in your transition game. Utilize that same spacing in this drill. And then we're going to get game shots out of this. The biggest thing is if you're going to play fast and you're going to shoot it fast, we think that you have to practice those game shots at that game speed. So those are the things that we most like about this drill. A couple of rules. We give our players the number of passes must equal the number of defenders. So if we start at the drill 4v2, they're going to get 2 passes, all right, at the most before they have to shoot it. If there's 3 defenders, we're going to get 3 passes, okay? The number of offensive rebounds that you're allowed to have has to equal the number of defenders. So even though the defense is at a disadvantage, okay, we're still going to allow the offense to offensive rebound at the same number of times there are number of defenders. The other rule on offensive rebounds is they must be kicked out past the three-point line, either for an immediate shot or, again, the same number of passes that would be allowed as there are defenders. But that offensive rebound can't be laid right back in the goal. It must be kicked out past the three-point line. It's where we work on our offensive rebound, kick out threes, which is we utilize that a lot in our offenses. This is a day where we had 15 players at practice, so we divided them up into 3 teams. So on a day like today, all 5 players are going to play offense. We're going to start the drill with only 3 defenders. They're going to start in the circle every time. So the first 5 minutes of this drill is going to be 5 versus 3. Let's take a look at how the action worked. So again, the offense gets 3 passes. We shoot it off the first pass. Again, we are working. That is very much a game shot for us. So very first possession, we throw it up the street. We're open, working on a game shot. Again, working on our outlets. All 5 players are going to come in on offense. So the 3 defensive players plus the 2 that were sitting out. That's a second pass, third pass, that has to be shot. Again, we battle for the rebound. Offensive rebound, we kick it out. We continue to move the ball till we find a good shot. Second offensive rebound, kicked out. They're allowed 1 more offensive rebound, but they score. Great outlet here. We got the ball in quick, and again, we're playing at pace. Offensive rebound, we immediately look for a kick out. We redrive it. And again, that's a great stop by the gray team. Anytime you can get a defensive stop with 3 defenders versus 5 offensive players in this drill, you're at a competitive advantage. Again, battle for the rebound. Defensive stop again for the gray team. Great job by Malika Monk there. Again, she's basically looking to rack it, which is our #1 rule in transition, is anytime you can rack it for a layup, we're telling our rackers, rack it for a layup. Great example of Mal pushing the pace, being really aggressive. Great job here by Amber. Scanning the floor, throwing the ball across the street for an open 3. Again, that is a game shot for us. One of the things that you get out of this drill too is you learn how to play 3 defenders versus 5 in defensive transition. You have to compete. You got to battle for the rebound. Anytime you can get a stop, it is a huge advantage. Great look by Rokia there to the open 3. After playing 5 minutes of 5v3, we've now moved it to 5v4. So now, again, the offense is allowed to have 4 passes and 4 offensive rebounds, and obviously it's going to be a little bit harder to score. And again, when we utilize our offensive philosophy and the things that we teach on the drive here, okay, we would want to move to the open window. So again, although this is a drill where we offensively have the advantage, we still want to work on our spacing and our rotations and our dribble drive. We'd like Rokia to stay locked. We'd like Amber to move to the open window, and you could see how open that she would be, all right, if we were to use that. So we'll use this clip as a teaching clip. Really forces the defense to play with great effort because they are outnumbered. But now we got to go. So the gray team was a little frustrated here. You could see by here they'd given up a few offensive rebounds, so now their offensive pace, wasn't as good as it normally is. Again, scramble for the ball. Mal makes a big shot. End of the drill. We keep time and score. We always have a winner, and we keep it competitive. And it's a really good way for you guys to practice your shooting while playing at game speed, working on those game shots.